Jovia was also a little scared, and said, "Grandpa, I heard that the reason why Fredman Wilson lost that ability is because of Mr. Wade." "That's it." Tianqi couldn't help exclaiming. "Mr. Wade can destroy his nerves invisibly. This is really a great ability. Even if the best surgeon manually removes the nerves, it can't be so accurate." Jovia said, "He deserves it." "Who made him offend Mr. Wade?" After speaking, Jovia said again, "Grandpa, I think you should make a stand with the entire Wilson family. Otherwise, if Mr. Wade knows that we have a relationship with their family and misunderstands you again, that would be bad." "Okay." Tianqi nodded and said, "I will call the sister-in-law of the Wilson family and explain the matter to her." After all, Tianqi took out his mobile phone and called Fredman Wilson's mother, Bihua Wilson. Bihua Wilson is 83 years old this year. There is a Chinese saying, 73, 84, Hades will pick them up. This means that there are two major obstacles for the elderly, which are 7. At the age of 13 and 84, the elderly are most likely to get sick and die at these two ages. The reason for such a saying is closely related to the two great saints in ancient China. Confucius, the sage of Confucius, lived 73 years old. Mencius Meng Yisheng lived 84 years old. The Chinese people have always admired Confucius and Mencius from ancient times to the present. That's why there are two big hurdles of 73 and 84. In Bihua Wilson's first hurried year, when he was 73 years old, he suffered a serious illness. At that time, it was Tianqi who rushed all the way to Eastcliff and prescribed 9 prescriptions to Bihua Wilson before pulling her back from the gate. Bihua Wilson knew in her heart that she was about to reach the second hurdle in her life. This time she was getting older and might be even more dangerous, so she especially hoped that she could invite Tianqi over before her birthday. So, when she received Tianqi's call, she cordially said, "Tianqi, I was thinking about calling you. Next month is my 84th birthday on the lunar calendar. Will you have time? If so, what do you think of it when you come to the birthday banquet for the Lady Wilson?" Tianqi knew very well that Bihua Wilson was going to have a second hurdle year this year. If it weren't for what happened today, the Lady Wilson would not need to say that he would go there before her birthday and personally treat her body so that she can be safe. Live to be 90 years old. But now, Fredman Wilson actually provokes Mr. Wade, so, no matter what, he can't go anymore. Besides, he has repaid his gratitude for so many years, and that is already repaid enough. Therefore, he said lightly, "Sister-in-law, I have been treating the Wilson family for so many years. The kindness of Brother Wilson to me back then can be regarded as the kindness of dripping water and the spring of water, so in the future, we two don't have any further contact." When Bihua Wilson heard this, she immediately asked nervously, "Tianqi, what's the matter with you? Our two families have been in friendship for so many years, so how can you stop it?" Tianqi said earnestly, "Sister-in-law, Big Brother Wilson was kind to me back then. I have repaid the Wilson family for so many years without asking for anything in return. This is natural." Bihua Wilson hurriedly said, "But, what is the reason for you to break up with our Wilson family? If it's an old woman, where I didn't do well, you tell me, I will definitely correct it." Tianqi said, "Sister-in-law, it is not your problem, but your son Fredman who is the problem." "Fredman?" Bihua Wilson said in surprise, "What's wrong with him? Did he offend you? But he is in Orus Hill now. I'm also in Orus Hill." Tianqi said earnestly, "I saw Fredman Wilson, but he didn't offend me much, mainly because he offended my benefactor. This benefactor has the kindness to recreate me, so I am healthy now. The gratitude of the benefactor can only draw a clear line between the Wilson family. My sister-in-law forgives me." Bihua Wilson felt a little in his heart. His son actually angered Tianqi in Orus Hill? What a bee it starred. Tianqi is a well-known traditional medicine master in China. How many super big people are ill and demand him to be treated? There is often a saying in the circle of the rich and powerful in Eastcliff, saying, "If the king of Yan made you die for 3 shifts, and Tianqi can keep you until 5 shifts." The meaning of these words, that is to say, even if the dying person, as long as Tianqi takes the shot, they can live for a while. This is simply a dream for the powerful class. Macau gambling king Stanley Ho has been using various high-tech methods in the hospital to extend his life in recent years. The money spent in the hospital alone is hundreds of millions each year, but to him, what is the hundreds of millions? No life is more precious. If life comes to an abrupt end, what if you have billions of wealth? Didn't it burn out and live in a small wooden box? Therefore, the more powerful, the more fond of Tianqi. No one of Eastcliffe's rich and powerful envy the Wilson family. The reason is that they are family acquaintances with Tianqi. Others abandon their wealth, and they may not be able to change Tianqi's treatment once, and because of their friendship with Tianqi, Tianqi goes to Wilson almost every year. This makes countless people jealous to death. Bihua Wilson's husband, Fredman Wilson's father, had cancer more than 10 years ago. If Tianqi hadn't done everything possible to sign up for him, how could he live until last year and leave? When the old master left, he was already 86 years old, and his life was long enough to make healthy people envy.